Go fruit yourself.
So I got these new pants. What do you think, Fruit Bats? Nicki Minaj, eat your heart out. They're like scales, a bit shiny, a little bit fashionable. I think they're pretty cool. Very, very cool.
Stars like Jessica Alba say they've actually squeezed into these uncomfortable garments to help them lose weight. So, is wearing a corset worth it? ABC's Abby Boudreau has the story.
Some women will try anything to squeeze into those skinny jeans, but the latest extreme slimming trend has nothing to do with cutting carbs or exercise.
Ladies, this is a miracle.
Many hoping to find the same miracle as Miranda in Sex and the City are simply going back in time, taking a page from Downton Abbey and strapping on a corset.
Golly, my corset's tight.
Lift this out a little.
Diane Gonzalez has turned to corset training after striking out on multiple diets.
All right.
So what are you hoping for? A tiny little waist, just like a Barbie doll.
Under the supervision of Dr. Alexander Sinclair, Diane hopes to go from a 26 to a 23-inch waist, which her doctor says is possible. He says some of his patients have lost up to 6 inches.
This is a remarkable way to train your waist to be smaller.
Dr. Sinclair says compressing the bottom ribs both up and in makes the space between your ribs and hips look smaller, and the possible side effects of such discomfort may even make you eat less. So, ever the intrepid reporter, I had to find out for myself.
I guess we'll give this a shot and see how tight it really feels.
And while most women are not going to the extremes of Victorian-era women who laced corsets so tight their internal organs were rearranged, some doctors aren't convinced the practice is such a good idea because that kind of compression can restrict the lungs and cause joint pain.
I think that this is the latest in a gimmicky, trendy phase.
It is very, very, very tight.
Dr. Sinclair recommends wearing it for 3 to 5 hours a day to start and work your way up to 12 hours. But for me, the best part was taking it off.
Oh yeah. That feels good.
For Good Morning America, Abby Boudreau, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Hey, Fruit Bats. So today I want to just quickly talk about this waist cinches fad that is spreading the world. It is crazy. It's all over YouTube. It's all over everywhere. It's coming back into fashion in a big sense. And when I say coming back into fashion, I mean, remember the days when ladies would wear those tiny corsets that would be squeezing their waist in so much that they ended up damaging their internal organs? Well, that sort of thing is back in fashion. This pursuit is tiny little unrealistic waist. So I want to quickly talk about that. I want to show you a little bit of footage to start off with. Check this out.
Today we're exploring the world of extreme fashion and the incredible lengths some women go to keep up with the latest trends. But our next guests are taking fashion back 150 years to the age of corsets. And you have to see what it's done to their waistlines to believe it. Come on out here, Kathy and Melanie. Oh my goodness. Do you guys mind standing while I talk to you just so we can continue to see your waists? Stand up, because we want to see that. Oh my gosh. All right, Kathy, your waist is so tiny. How many inches around is your waist?
My corsets are 15 inches, but that's a measurement inside the corset. So they're over clothes or anything over the top will measure closer to 18 inches. So.
All right, so, oh my gosh. And Melanie, how big is yours?
I lace down to 22 inches, and I've been wearing corsets since 1997. I can lace smaller, but I like to embrace the hourglass figure.
You're a moderate corsetter.
Yes.
Okay. So, Kathy, have you had any ribs removed?
No.
So you have all your ribs in there?
Yes, I have.
Really? And is there any pain involved?
No, there's no pain at all involved if you do it very gradually. And I've been wearing a corset well, on and off for 50 years, and full-time now for 25 years. So.
For full-time meaning like you sleep in it?
24/7, yes.
Wow. Can you take off your wrap? Can you drop that? Oh. Can you turn around?
I can.
Oh my gosh.
And
I'm sure you're used to people.
This is one of Melanie's creations, so I want you all to know that. She is...
So you're a designer, okay.
So am I the only one who thought that lady's waist was just completely ridiculously small? Like, look how awkward she looked. She could hardly speak. It was like this tiny little thing. I'm thinking, why would you want to do that to yourself? Why? And you know, so many like risks to doing this sort of thing. Like, you know, you can displace your internal organs. When you squeeze yourself that hard, you know, the organs have to go somewhere else. And your stomach as well. If you're constricting your stomach, then you can't eat enough volume to, you know, be truly healthy. Especially, I can imagine like me trying to have like a 10 banana smoothie with all that water, trying to put it into this stomach that's being, you know, it's got all this pressure on it. It's not going to happen. So these women end up calorie restricting, whether they're trying to or not. They end up calorie restricting, and they're like, "Oh, the waist cincher works." You know, they lose weight from the calorie restriction, but then guess what? All the weight comes back plus more, and they get depressed, and they go back to, you know, starting place. They go back to the starting place of having all this weight. It's just this instant gratification. It's not going to work, okay? These quick fixes, you've got to focus on long-term lifestyles, a lifestyle that you can do for the rest of your life and get great results. I mean, I'm into like almost the 8th year of a high-carb vegan lifestyle, and it works. I've lost 40 pounds, and it actually works because it's a long-term solution. And these waist cinchers, there's a few things that I don't like about them too. You know, they restrict your capacity to uptake oxygen, and you want oxygen to your cells. It's so important to have
cancer if you don't have enough oxygen.
Yeah, you got to oxygenate your cells. Like it's really, really important for your metabolism as well. So the lungs are being pressured by these corsets, so you can't, you know, inhale deeply. You can't get a nice big inhalation of oxygen. So that's another point. And also blood flow to your kidneys and to your liver is restricted in your intestines. I can't think of anything good about this. And also, like another thing is like, I saw a lot of women reviewing them saying, oh, it's really good for your posture. But the thing is, what they do is it may help you sit up straight, but it's taking the work off your stabilizer muscles, so your abdominal muscles, like your core muscles, which should be doing the work to keep you sitting up straight, they switch off and become lazy.
Sloppy.
Yeah, and weak.
Sloppy belly.
Yeah, and then when you take off the corset, they're just these weak, ineffective muscles. And it's just another quick fix fad diet, you know, gimmick. It is a fad gimmick.
There's a sucker board every minute. There's a few in the crowd.
There is a sucker board every minute. Don't be one of them. Don't be one of them. You don't want these quick fixes. It's not going to work for you, these quick fix diets.
Long term or GTFO.
There you go.